Okay? And then in the carpals we had 8, in the tarsals we got 7. And on this slide, where you see a medial and lateral view, so the big one down here at the bottom is the calcaneus. And then the one sitting right on top of the calcaneus is the talus. Okay, you see those? Is that big enough for you? Okay. So anyway, we're talking about this one and this one. And then you have these, 1, 2, these 2 big ones here, which are the cuboid and the navicular. So on this slide here is the cuboid, and it's sitting right up here on top of that is the navicular, right up there. And then the next 3 are the cuneiforms. So you have the first, second, third, or lateral, intermediate, and medial.
We just have a lateral and intermediate.
It's on the other side. It's on the bottom picture.
Yeah. If you look on the other side, way it's there. Okay, so there are 7 there, right? Is that it?
Yes.
Right. So then you have the 5 metatarsals. And then on the 4 toes, well, you have a proximal phalange, a middle phalange, and a distal phalange. And then on the hallucis, by the great toe, where you have a proximal and a distal phalange. Same as the hand. The center line, we said for the foot, for the hand, we said the center was the middle finger. Okay? So we work from the middle finger. On the foot, we work from the second toe, the great toe, and then the first. So hallucis, and then the first toe. That's the center of the foot in terms of abduction, adduction. Now then, those black lines there are basically major joints. Okay, and so you can see a transverse tarsal joint and a tarsal metatarsal joint. So when we talk, you'll hear people talk about the ankle-foot complex. In the ankle-foot complex, the ankle-foot complex means basically the proximal, the distal, tibia, and fibula, as well as the foot. So ankle, foot. So you have an ankle joint, and then you have these other multiple joints, but the major ones are the transverse tarsal and the tarsal metatarsal joints. So as one goes through the gait cycle, or as one going through the activity of walking or running or jumping, while you have this ankle that's involved, as well as all of these joints in the foot. Okay, and next week we'll go a little more and we'll talk about some pathologies, but excuse me, those are the bones of the foot. Okay, so you need to be able to identify those. And oops, fall down. We go to the next slide. Are you getting an anterior posterior view? Or a dorsal plantar view? This is page 511, I believe. So it highlights, so you can see these 5 up here on top a little clearer now. So you have the navicular, the cuboid, and then the 3 cuneiforms or cuneiforms. Now then you have some structures that you need to be able to identify. For example, out here on the proximal end of the 5th metatarsal, you have the tuberosity of the 5th. So you need to be able to identify that. And then on the underneath side, or on the plantar surface, you have this tuberosity of the navicular. So you need to be able to identify the bones, and then these 2 major tuberosities. The 5th is important because that's where peroneus brevis attaches. And the tuberosity of the navicular is there because you have some tendons that run right underneath it.